the Headbangers Ball is coming to you from Prague on the Guns N' Roses tour. Guns will be joining me a little later on, but for now I'm joined by Roddy and Mike from Faith No More. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Now you opened the show, first show in Dublin. How did that work out for you?
It worked out pretty well. It was our first live show in a long time, so it was a little bit uncomfortable working out some stuff, but it was pretty fun. It was in a big castle, a lot of drunk kids there. It was
really lovely location.
Yeah, lovely location, lovely bands, real entertainers.
Now, when you came off the road from The Real Thing, how did you approach the writing of Angel Dust? Did you have a break and then sit down to do it, or had you already some songs written?
Well, we went to Brazil like after we had finished our tour, and we kind of started writing songs down there because it was a pretty easy tour. So we had some time off, we started writing songs down there. And we came back and just kind of worked at it real slowly. We were kind of out of practice, it took us a while.
Okay, and I guess really on Angel Dust, Mike, you pretty much left the funk metal thing behind this time. Was that intentional?
Well, we all hate it, if that means anything.
Okay, I guess it does.
So subconsciously, yes, it was intentional.
Now, the album showcases some very different musical styles. It's a very, very interesting album, actually. Can you tell us about some of the songs and what inspired them musically, say RV and Small Victory?
The basic inspiration, I think, probably for RV is like typical white trash Americana. People sitting in their trailer parks, drinking beer, watching TV.
Hence the country and western feel.
Yeah.
They do that much here? It seems like a real American thing.
It is. What about A Small Victory? Because that has a kind of Japanese kind of weird feel to it.
That's his fault, but it has nothing to do with Japan lyrically, really. It's kind of about, well, my dad was a coach, so I grew up, and I always wanted to win, and, well...
There you go.
I found out that I just can't win every game. Darn it.
Now, Roddy, the keyboards on this, I think, are very good at creating atmosphere and kind of moods and emotions. How did you achieve that? Because it's not a normal, I don't know, keyboard.
The man plays emotions with his keyboard.
Well, I think so.
I'm a very deep person. I don't know, I tried a lot more like sounds this time around, I think. Before I used mostly just, I mean, I still use a lot of just instrument sounds, but now I think this time we used a lot of I used a lot of textural, you know, sound effects sort of stuff that works pretty well.
Okay, well, perhaps you'll stay with me a little bit longer, but right now we are going to see some new music from Faith No More.
Wow.
It's a midnight One more time, the perfect yes and true. But without me, you're on the air. Your best to end it on. The transmit enough for two.
Now, when I saw you guys do your secret gig at the Marquee a little while ago, you described the album that you were going to call it Alienating Your Public, but it ended up being called Angel Dust, of course. Why do you think that it might alienate some people? Is it because it's not as heavy?
Well, we didn't really... That phrase was coined by our record company, oddly enough, trying to scare us into making a hit album.
Woo woo!
Woo! And we just made... We just did what we wanted to do, and we gave them the record, and they said... They tried to make us panic, and they said, oh, gee, don't you think this music that you've made might alienate your old fans? And we said, no, and they said, okay, we like it.
So basically, this is pretty much the record that you've always wanted to do without outside interference or pressure?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's the way we've always done records. I think they were just a little nervous, and our record company wanted to hear stuff from the very beginning, and we wouldn't let them. And when we finally played them stuff, they were a little shocked, and they said, yeah, you're alienating your public. And we said, oh, great.
Because it is a really interesting album. There's so many different sounds and styles of music on it. It's not heavy rock, I don't think. It's very hard to categorize. Do you think you've achieved something by the fact that I've actually said that?
Yeah, that's flattering. Thanks a whole lot.
Thanks.
Now, I have a suspicion that you guys like Carcass. Am I right?
Yeah, we like them a lot. We're kind of on an ad campaign for them, and we like their t-shirts a whole lot, too.
Because two of you were wearing t-shirts on stage at the Marquee.
Four, but then our drummer shed his because he had to show his sexy bod.
And you kept saying Carcass, and right said Fred were there, but that's another story. So I'm going to play a Carcass video especially for you. Yes, this is Carcass with Incarnated Solvent Abuse, with Queen in the background. Roddy and Mike from Faith No More are still with me on Headbangers Ball. We're discussing their brand new album, Angel Dust. Now, Mike, I think on the last record you didn't have too much time to write the lyrics. You wrote them in a few weeks, didn't you? Did you relish the opportunity of having more time for the lyrics for Angel Dust?
Yeah, at the expense of a lot of people's sanity, yes. Because I kept to myself, and I kept it very secret what I was doing. And everybody got a little scared. It's kind of fun.
Now, it seems that some of the songs are almost being sung in like a different character or something. Were you kind of schizophrenic there?
No, it's just, the songs kind of call for different, I mean, they're drastic, they're like different moods. And, a different character should, it just makes sense to me.
And did you find that Mr. Bungle has, your work with Mr. Bungle has given you a different perspective for Faith No More? Has it influenced you in any way?
No, it's just two completely different things, really. I don't think either of them really rub off on one another. It's actually because both of the bands really hate each other.
I love Mr. Bungle.
I'm sorry I'm leaving you out here, but I've got loads of questions about lyrics. I guess, to me, some of the lyrics on the album could be interpreted in lots of different ways. Are you looking forward to hearing different people's interpretations of your songs?
It's very entertaining, yes, because usually there's not really a giant concept behind it. And a lot of people, I think, want to rationalize, lyrics. Yeah, and
It's really just a mood or emotion or a feeling.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, sometimes there is, a train of thought, but a lot of times words just kind of sound good, and so you put them together, and they don't have to make sense necessarily.
And one of the songs was written after somebody had some sleep deprivation or something. Who stopped going to sleep?
Me, but now Roddy's going through that.
I've taken it over. I've got bad insomnia right now.
Okay. Well, actually, that's all we've got time for. But it's been very nice talking to you, and good luck with Angel Dust. And I should be interested to see the reaction that you get to the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Okay, and we're going to take our first short break.